A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News on News First. I'm Nadim Majid. Let's first take a look at your headlines. The opposition says there is an urgent need for a program to ensure the independence of the judiciary. Unregistered vans to be prohibited from providing school transport from next year. EU leaders tackle the Eurozone debt crisis. Moving on to your local news in detail, the expenditure heads of the Ministries of Justice and Rehabilitation and Prison Reforms were taken up for debate in Parliament today. According to our Parliament correspondent, the debate was commenced by United National Party parliamentarian Wijayadasa Rajapaksa. Speaking in Parliament this morning, UNP parliamentarian Wijayadasa Rajapaksa said that it is necessary to implement a national plan to ensure the independence of the judiciary. He also noted that the government needs to focus its attention to solve the judges' pension issue. Wijayadasa Rajapaksa went on to say that steps need to be taken to rebuild the public trust in the Attorney General's department. Meanwhile, joining the debate, TNA parliamentarian Suresh Premachandra said that disabled and female detainees in the Colombo and Anuradhapura prisons should be released. Participating in the debate, Senior Minister of Rural Affairs Athauda Seneviratne noted that it is necessary to appoint additional magistrates, which is restricted for 3 years, to expedite the hearing of court cases that have been piled up. Furthermore, UNP parliamentarian Ajit P. Pereira said that the Bail Act needs to be amended and a new act needs to be brought forward in this regard. In more local news, the National Child Protection Authority says that permission will not be granted for school vans which are not registered with the authority to carry out school transport services from next year.
Deputy Chairperson of the authority, Nanda Indrawansa, said that this step was taken to prevent school children from being abused. She further said that the registering of school vans has been completed in several districts, including Colombo, Kaluthura and Galle.
The Railway Department has planned to operate a special train during the school holidays, which commenced today and in view of the Christmas season.
Director of Railway Transport LAR Ratnayaka said that this train will operate between Colombo Fort and Bandaravilla. LAR Ratnayaka said that the train will leave Colombo at 9:15 am starting tomorrow and will reach Bandaravilla at around 5:20 in the evening. Ratnayaka went on to state that the train will return from Bandaravilla at 6:40 in the morning and will reach Colombo at 2:25 in the afternoon.
Still at home, the government has decided to gazette the names of 779 families who were named as traitors by an English governor as national heroes. The Minister of Culture and Aesthetic Affairs, T.B. Ekanayaka, said the families in question were at the forefront of the fight for independence. The minister also said that the gazette notification in this regard will be issued within a fortnight. In 1718, the English governor Brownrigg named 779 families who were involved in the first independence struggle as traitors. Under the President's direction and the advice of the Attorney General's Department and the President's Secretary Lalit Veeratunga, as a project of our ministry, these 779 families will be renamed as national heroes, and the gazette notification for this will be issued within a fortnight. After 193 years, the people who fought in the first independence struggle of 1718 will be named as national heroes.
අවුරුදු 193කට පස්සේ දේශප්‍රේමී අරගලයේ පළවෙනි අරගලයේ විදිහට 1718 සම්බන්ධ වෙච්ච මේ හැමදෙනාම රාජ්‍ය විරුහම් විදිහට නම් කරමින් මේ තීන්දුව ගන්න අපි තීන්දුව කළා තියෙනවා.
The police have commenced investigations into an alleged abduction in Biyagama. Callum Kumara Peter, a resident of Biyagama, is alleged to have been kidnapped on the 29th of October by a group of persons in a white van, according to his relatives.
The victim is a 30-year-old father of two. His relatives say a complaint was lodged with the Biyagama police on the 30th of October. However, they claim that they are yet to receive any information regarding the abduction. We went to my mother-in-law's house to leave a bag of fish, and within 5 minutes the place was surrounded. All of them were armed. They grabbed my husband by the collar and dragged him outside. They slapped him and put him in handcuffs. The little one ran behind them calling for him. A white van was parked some distance away from the houses. They put him into the van and went away. When News First made inquiries in this regard, the Biagama police said that they had received a complaint on the 30th of October. The police said that investigations are currently underway.
In more local news, the residents of Ulpatgama are still engaged in the demonstration which began this morning. The demonstration has obstructed the Anuradhapura Galenbindunuwava main road. Our correspondent said that the flow of traffic on the road had been disrupted by the protest, which commenced at about 9 this morning. The demonstrators are protesting against the failure of the authorities to renovate the road from Ulpatgama to Galenbindunuwava for the last 20 years. Meanwhile, the Perahera carrying the Sadathuka casket, the Samandeva statue and other religious ornaments to be deposited at the Sripada temple left the Galpottawala Sripada Rajamahavihara in Palmadulla at an auspicious time this morning. The Sripada pilgrimage season commences with tomorrow's Unduwap full moon Poya day. The Perahera carrying the Sadathuka casket, the Samandeva statue and other religious ornaments is being held under the patronage of the chief incumbent of Sripada and the Sanganayaka of the Ratnapura district, Venerable Bengamue Sri Dhammadinna Thera. A notable factor of this year's Perahera is the splitting of the Perahera into two processions from the Mahasaman temple in Ratnapura to Sripada. One procession will travel on the Palabaddala road in Ratnapura, while the other procession will travel through Avissawella, Hatton, Norwood and Nallathanya. The relics were brought following religious observances which took place since the 6th of this month. The Sadathuka casket, the Samandeva statue and ornaments will be placed at the Sripada Vihara tomorrow. The Colombo Municipal Council says that environments conducive for the breeding of dengue mosquitoes exist around housing complexes in the Colombo city. The Chief Medical Officer of Health in the Colombo Municipal Council, Dr. Pradeep Karyawasam, said that taking this situation into consideration, a team consisting of 300 persons have been assigned to clean the area tomorrow. An elephant has been killed after it was hit by a train on the rail line between Galloya and Palugaswawa this morning. The railway control room states that the female elephant was struck by the Colombo Batticaloa mail train. The accident occurred near the 137th mile post on the Colombo Batticaloa rail line. Wildlife officers said the elephant which was killed had come from the Habarana jungle. The elephant had been thrown around 500 feet due to the impact. Wildlife officers said the animal was around 6 years old. Still at home, the Auditor General's Department has decided to computerize all audits carried out by the department next year. Auditor General RHS Samaravira said that so far audits were carried out manually using written records. He further said that this decision was taken to improve the efficiency of the system and to make it more methodical and systematic. The Auditor General noted that a special software system has been introduced to carry out the task. He added that audit officers are currently being trained in this regard. Meanwhile, an opportunity has been given for 100 ex-LTTE combatants who surrendered to the army and are now being rehabilitated to visit Parliament. 100 female detainees at the Puntottua Rehabilitation Centre in Vaunia got this opportunity and they left Vaunia last night. Now, this program has been implemented targeting the budget debates in Parliament. The detainees noted that this is the first time they have been afforded an opportunity of this nature and thanked the Sri Lanka Army for facilitating it. Well, that definitely looks like having the makings of an award-winning movie. That's all the news we have for you this hour, but do join us again on our supplementary news bulletin live at 55 at 1:55 for comprehensive reports on the latest stories as only News First can deliver.